right, let's get this started. Let's slow down this a little bit. Too much. Let me know if that's too loud or just perfect, just not much going. Hey, happy Monday, Rockstar. How's it going? How's today? Did you kill it? Are you just now waking up? What's going on? I'm Josafat Emiliano, and you're watching Hey Rockstar Minisodes. It's a new segment that I want to do, dealing with just getting a chance to talk to you guys a little bit, because now we have guests lined up till at least all summer long, from now until all summer, and I miss just having a chance to chew the cud with you guys. So let's go into what I want to say. First of all, let's take off the shades. I know I'm the rock star, but I just kind of want to draw closer to you. You know, actually, this music is distracting me, so let's just go ahead and turn it off. There we go. There we go. And let's put this up. Boom. So we are legit. Got my timer. Let me just give you 11 minutes of thought and chatter. 11. Go. Guys, by the way, if you tuned in last week on Thursday for our episode 32 interview with the Rockstar with the fabulous Emily James from Lady James Atelier. Did I say it right? Atelier? It's there. She shared her story, how she became a fashion designer. Well, she always was a fashion designer as a child. And during the pandemic, how things changed. Her and her co Rockstar owner decided to launch their business, and they had a brick and mortar, and they went for it. And they've gone through challenges. They've had to learn how to market. They had to learn to work around the circumstances, but yet thanks to just being ready and present when an opportunity arose, that helped to launch them and give them more. But it was just a great story. But I went back as I was listening. The reason I brought it up is because today at noon it already launched. So if you on the podcast version, you can always watch the video version, but the podcast, for those of you who like to just listen in on audio, you can check it out on YouTube podcast, Apple Podcast, and my favorite one is Spotify. You can check out episode 32 with the interview with a rock star with Emily James. But as I was re-listening to it, there was a segment where I kind of went off on a tangent and feeding off of what she was bringing to the table. And I was talking about the idea of how a lot of us, especially those of us who are helping or involved dearly in helping others, we're so quick to give praise, to lift up others, to pour into others. Yet whenever they give praise to us, or whenever there's a chance to receive acknowledgement, some of us kind of cower, or some people, I call it, what was the word that I called it earlier today? They tend to over, or I call it a false humility, because that's what the sentiment that I felt. But whenever someone would come to me like, "Oh my goodness, you sang so well," or "Oh, you spoke so well," and growing up in a very religious background that we were always constantly forced to be humble, or to humble ourselves. Any kind of pride is sin. So instead of like just saying just accepting the praise, I'm like, no, don't thank me. No, thank the God who created this, who gave me this wonderful talent. He deserves it. Come on, thank him. And I've met people who are still in that boat. And the story I shared was the story with the opera singer who taught me that every thank you, every praise he got after his performance, he took it. He said thank you. He said a simple thank you to all his fans as they were just showering him with praise. everyone was a thank you. And at the end of the day, he would gather up this bouquet of gratitude that he collected. And in his own time, in his own private time, in his devotion, he would humble himself before his God and would offer this bouquet to him. And he kept himself humble that way, but he didn't have to perform in front of others. He didn't have to make a big deal out of it than ever. I don't know. That's just something that some of us just have a hard time. Maybe we're not used to getting praise. Maybe we're not used to people thanking us. And I'm sorry that is not the norm in your life. For me, it is normal now more than ever when people give me any kind of acknowledgement for anything that I do. I actually do like some form of acknowledgement, but I'm sincerely, whenever they shower me with some kind of compliment, I don't make a big deal about it. I just simply say thank you. For two reasons. First of all, we are creatures. I don't want to get too much into this, but we need to know that what we're doing matters. And the best measurement of that what we are creating, that we are inventing, that what we are working towards has meaning or purpose. The best way to measure that is through what we receive for it. Now, this is just a trade. From as far as back as civilization began, trading was one of the main things. I would trade you crops for meat. I would trade you work on something that I'm good at for maybe something that you can help me. Like if you were a woodworker and you can help me build the fence, perfect. I am a stonemason and I will help create tools for you. Kind of situation. We would trade. We'd work together, and those trades would complement. And then whenever we simplified into currency, that was a way, something that had the equal value, we could trade that to trade for some other goods and services. And that became a way to pay people for their expertise, for their ability to service the community. That's why I shared earlier in another talk, or actually with Jono, I believe, and I learned this from the Rabbi Lapin, that money is spiritual. Money goes towards those who serve God's children. If you create something, if you can help, if you can work, if you can perform some service or some act or something towards helping others, towards bettering others, towards making someone else's life easier, if what your work can help this person, then the money that flows towards you is a spiritual recognition that you are doing good, that you are helping God's children, and God will honor you with more of that. That's why I believe that money is spiritual. But this is about the physical praise, because some people, maybe they don't have money. Maybe they don't have $1 or gold, or now it's cryptocurrency. Maybe they don't have that to offer you in exchange for whatever service or act of kindness you provided for them. And the only thing they can honestly, sincerely give you is, man, you did an awesome job. I am blown away by your ability to do this. And imagine if you honestly, sincerely wanted to give something, and that's the most valuable thing you had, your praise, your words of gratitude and praise, and you gave that to someone who you admire, for them to only reject that, like, don't give that to me, give it to someone else. But this is for you. It's not, I mean, yeah, God, but I'm in it for you. The ego in that rejection. It's almost like saying, I'm too good for that. Give it to someone else. I know. I'm really taking this to these extremes. Oh man, the time went by really quick for this quick minutes. I guess all I'm trying to say is, when you say thank you in that transaction, but you sincerely mean it, then that person feels great because they gave you something of value. Their praise was valuable enough to you for you to receive it. And then you can take that, internalize it, and realize that what you provided was acknowledged, was noticed, was loved, was cherished. And you're fed by that. That person is fed by being able to give you praise. But before I go, we got 2 more minutes before this segment ends for this mini-sode. I was also thinking to myself, if I don't get praise for what I do, sometimes I just want acknowledgement for what I do. I shouldn't let that stop me. Or actually, let me rephrase that. I was thinking to myself, well, God, or I'm talking to God, like if I want to get more praise, then let's follow the law of sowing and reaping. You reap what you sow. And so I intentionally now am observant. I'm looking at people who are trying their best to work, to serve, to create. And if I sincerely appreciate, and if I sincerely and it works better if I'm a person of authority in this field, like let's say media, being someone who knows cameras, knows the image, knows how to capture things. If I see someone who's trying their hands out for the first time to create, to capture, to something, and I like something that they did, I want to make sure they know that me, who I'm seen as an expert in their eyes, can have acknowledged that they're doing a good job. And that will give them such a confidence that a master in their industry has acknowledged their work. And it gives them just the courage to try something else, to grow a little bit more, do something better. So I am constantly looking at people who are doing good, things that I can appreciate, things that I have any kind of weight in my words towards. And I will sincerely say, hey, you did fantastic. I really liked it, but I'm sincere in it. Or I'll put something in personal from it, and I will praise that for what they're doing, because I want them to feel noticed. I want them to know that what they're doing matters. What they're doing counts. And I'm sowing and sowing and sowing, and someday someone greater than me. It's love, sowing and reaping. I will get my praise when my time comes. But for now, I'm going to continue to give praise to others. I'm going to continue to give. That's the way you accept praise like a rock star. You first give to those who are trying their hard, not in arrogance, but to lift up the next generation. One of my favorite quotes, and I need to look up who said it, because I don't even know who said it now, because it's been resaid so many different ways. But when people ask me, what is one of your ultimate goals? As my time about to go, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was a little delayed. All right, we're gonna end on this. I used to joke around that one of my favorite things is, or one of my goals in life is to become immortal. Don't you want to live forever? No. But this phrase, this quote is, men are immortalized not by the deeds that they do, but by the people that they impact. So keep that in mind. You want to be remembered? Then start giving to the next generation. Start pouring out your expertise. Start pouring out your praise. Start pouring out your acknowledgement. Start pouring out your just congratulations to the next generation. Give that to them, and you will be remembered. Anyway, that's been episode Accept Praise Like a Rockstar. It's a Hey Rockstar minisode with your boy Josafat, Emiliano, and Miguel just chilling right here. Yeah. Go if you get a chance, go check out the podcast, episode 32. That we just released today, and this Thursday at 5:55. It's a V. For those of you who didn't know, it's a V. At 5:55 p.m., I am gonna play back a pre-recorded, because my guest is from the UK. He is a meditation and relationship coach. So those of you who are interested in those areas of mental strength and maybe finding love eventually, check it out this Thursday at 5:55 p.m. Central. Although I'm playing back what was recorded because he's in a different time zone, I will be live, so I'll be able to interact with the chat of that day. So until then, y'all, again, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, thank you for just checking us out, and we'll see you Thursday. Much love. and many blessings.